else knows that church on Mother's Day can be a little dicey. I don't know which is worse. I've shown up on Mother's Day to a message on Proverbs 31 on how we can do and be all the things to be a decent woman. Or when there's a testimony from the pastor's wife that's introduced as, well, she's just going to talk to the women now and us guys are just going to kind of listen in. And then I've seen the awkward displays of appreciation for moms, where all the moms stand up and then they figure out who's been a mom for the shortest amount of time and the longest amount of time, and those two women get some kind of prize. That's almost as bad as showing up to a church and they ask all the first-time guests to stand up and introduce themselves. It's well-meaning, but so awkward. So maybe you're bracing yourself this morning. Like, in what direction is this going to go? How much are they going to focus on moms and motherhood? Sheesh. Maybe you're a man here asking yourself the same question. Am I going to be able to relate to any of this? Is this going to be like a man bashing message? Well, we are going to talk about motherhood and becoming mothers, but in a way that you may not be expecting. We're going to talk about how God is mother and midwife. Really, we're going to be talking about how God is just as feminine as God is masculine. And while that idea is challenging for all kinds of reasons, it's really beautiful and I find it really exciting. We're in week 2 of our series, God Is, based on the book by Mallory Wyckoff. I met Wyckoff through the Post-Evangelical Collective, and I've really enjoyed the chances I've had to learn from her. We started this series last week, setting this stage with a conversation on how God is more than we've been led to believe. And next week, we'll talk about how God is mystery. In our 4th week, God is home. That one is going to be at Fenner Nature Center. And then we'll wrap up, God is wisdom within. For many of us, this series is stretching and is pushing us out of our comfort zones. These are new ideas that challenge us. For others, this series is incredibly healing and comforting. And I expect today to be no different. Claiming that God is just as feminine as God is masculine can cause some confusion because many of us have only ever heard and used masculine metaphors and pronouns for God. Besides, doesn't Jesus always call God Father? Well, yeah, but there are other images and ideas that we find in Scripture that describe the divine feminine. Now, before we go any further, let's pause here for a chance to reflect. Where do you resonate with the idea that God is just as feminine as God is masculine? And where do you sense resistance to that idea? Take a minute and talk about it or put it in the chat.